Just when you thought all of the dumb decisions that Lucasfilm could make for Disney Star Wars have been exhausted, we are starting to get more information regarding this Rey movie. Now, I know that there's a bunch of rumors out there that Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy has been replaced. Oh, she was never actually on the stroll to begin with. She paid for her own PR marketing. Like, there's a bunch of rumors that are out there, but the only thing at the end of the day, I just keep seeing more concrete information that this film, this Rey movie in any form or fashion, is eventually going to get made because there's enough stupid information that is being leaked right now and rumors that are circulating letting me know that, yeah, the only company on earth that would be dumb enough to greenlight this stuff is Disney Lucasfilm. Daisy Ridley's salary for the Star Wars The New Jedi Order reportedly matches Margot Robbie's payday. For what film are we talking about here? Wolf of Wall Street? Or, no, it's actually like really bad. We don't need to go through all of this stuff, but how does Daisy Ridley's salary compare? Well, we got this little chart, this little handy-dandy chart that's right here, but Anna Taylor-Joy for the upcoming horrific-looking Furiosa movie, she's getting $1.8 million for her role, her starring role in that, a sequel, prequel, spin-off to Mad Max and Fury Road specifically. Okay, and Fury Road came out how long ago? Like, it's been a minute since there's been an official Star Wars movie come out, 2019 in fact, but not Mad Max Fury Road. It came out, what, 2018, 2017, so nothing like striking like the iron is ice cold, but okay. Jamie Lee Curtis, okay, for Halloween Ends, $3.5 million. Well, to be fair, you know, the budget for a horror film, even as, you know, legendary as the Halloween series has been, and Jamie Lee Curtis being the quote-unquote legend in Hollywood that she is, $3.5 million, that's pretty good. That's actually befitting the role that she's cast in. $4 million for Emily Blunt's, you know, Oppenheimer. I think she was, what, Mrs. Oppenheimer in the film? So, yeah, $4 million, part of that ensemble cast. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Gal Gadot, oh my god, Death on the Nile. That did absolutely nothing. $5 million. Well, we know how she ended up negotiating that salary, just saying. Then you got Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez in Marry Me, which, whew, didn't that just get nominated for some awards, some Razzies? $8.5 million. Jennifer Lopez, her old ass, continuing to find work wherever you can find it. Lady Gaga, $10 million, which is a fifth of the budget that Joker had to begin with back in 2019. Man, I think that should be another headline that we're talking about off of this chart right here. $10 million. Like, Lady Gaga is, I guess I hear she's a decent actress, right? A Star is Born, she was quite good in that, opposite Bradley Cooper, and, well, now she's going to be able to play off of Joaquin Phoenix and his exceptional portrayal of Arthur Fleck's Joker. Like, it could be good, it could be, but it's also going to be a musical, and it's a sequel to a film that really doesn't need a sequel, so skeptical. And then with that price tag, super skeptical, because this isn't like, you know, 2009, 2011 Lady Gaga. This is 2024 Lady Gaga. Millie Bobby Brown, oh my god. Enola Holmes 2, don't know what that is, and $10 million for somebody who cut her teeth on Stranger Things, which, let's be completely fair, had one well talked about season, 2 seasons that were absolutely in the trash, a 4th season that, you know, kind of resuscitated interest, and we don't know what this final season is going to conclude, but good for her for making a lot of money. And then you got Zendaya for Challengers. Well, yeah, I guess $10 million makes sense if you're going to get, you know, put in the middle of a Devil's Three-Way. Okay, I guess, you know, money talks, right? Sandra Bullock for Lost City, $10 million. And then you got Margot Robbie, Barbie for $12.5 million. But, you know, hey, to be fair, some of these casting choices, bang on. Some of them don't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. Margot Robbie has Barbie. Yeah, it falls into the former basket right there. Like, you couldn't have found a better encapsulation of Barbie. Maybe if you would have went a few years earlier, but man, you know, somebody with that prestige, somebody with her, you know, viral tendencies online, definitely made that film the success that it was. Can't take away from its box office dominance in 2023, but, you know, can also, you know, heavily critique its terrible script and the fact that people thought, maybe is this a parody? Is this supposed to be lampooning feminism? But then everybody praising and taking serious that cringy America Ferrara speech about how hard it is to be a woman that just lacks any type of self-reflection. But as you can see here, Daisy Ridley hasn't popped up yet, mostly because Yeah, she's making the exact same much, or the amount, as much, the exact same amount. See what I'm trying to mix together right there? To reprise the role of franchise-killing Ray Palpatine, she's making $12.5 million on a film that's not even going to make $12.5 million. So shout out to somebody turning a profit for this absolutely abhorrent film that is going to be delivered to us in some form or fashion in a not too distant future. But like I said, there's more Star Wars news to come out, not just of the simple Rey variety, but also on the animated front, where, okay, a lot of the conversation around Star Wars and its modern releases, especially on D+, kind of center around the live-action fare, but there's been a number of animated projects that have just kind of come and gone, cost a hell of a lot of money, had a really expensive team behind them, probably cost, if you run the numbers on all of that stuff, $100 million for any given project. Nobody talks about visions. Nobody cares about Skeleton Crew, Bad Batch. Oh, it's going into its third and final season. Cool. Both of the fans of that are probably super excited. But there's going to be another animated show for Star Wars, exactly what the doctor ordered, guys. Star Wars What If inspired TV series rumored to be in the works. Now, to be fair, at least they're going back to the source material, which Kathleen Kennedy famously decanonized in one of her first decisions as head of Lucasfilm for Disney. They are drawing on inspirations from what they call, it's What If, okay? They're referencing Marvel's What If series, where it's just basically, what if this character was a woman? What if this character was black? Really original stuff, instead of, interesting stuff like, what if Tony Stark died in that cave at the beginning of Iron Man? How would the Avengers have assembled? How would they have dealt with Loki taking over New York City during the Avengers without an Iron Man that's there? And the same thing can be told, and has been told before, with the Star Wars comics, the Infinities. That's what they used to be called, and that's what they were. They were basically alternate timeline stories, like what if Luke didn't blow up the Death Star, was unsuccessful with his shot in 1977's A New Hope, what would have ended up happening with the Empire. A bunch of interesting scenarios, like what if Qui-Gon lived at the end of Phantom Menace. Sorry if I'm spoiling a 25-year-old movie. There's potential there. But then you also have to understand who's making it, and then you go, oh, right, all that potential. Yeah, it's never going to be realized. What if Anakin Skywalker hadn't turned to the dark side in Revenge of the Sith? Ooh, or suppose Luke Skywalker had turned to the dark side in Return of the Jedi, perhaps. We're about to find out, as a Star Wars What If series is rumored to be in development. Fans in a faraway galaxy set themselves up for failure last year when they expected the beloved franchise to finally dip its toes into the multiverse with people were expecting the multiverse with Ahsoka. Well, you ended up getting the world between worlds, sort of, kind of, maybe. Don't know. We want to keep it ambiguous, but then at the same time, we want to have all of this access to the pseudo time traveling mechanics so we can come back and we can see Hayden Christensen and he can Vader and he can have the red lightsaber. It'll be really cool. The idea is what happens. This might happen, started with Rebels Season 4 episode, yes, A World Between Worlds, when, Ezra saves Ahsoka Tano from, an obvious third death. I can't remember how many we're working on with that one. By the end of it, she should have half of a dozen. By the time that Filoni can finally have his, 2-hour wank fest in the cinema. But a cel-shaded animated series, talking about Marvel's What If, imagines many diverging scenarios and what might play out in different timelines. Now, industry insider Daniel Richtman claims that Lucasfilm is creating its very own What If television series. Well, could be interesting if there was access to another timeline where competent stories were being told out of Disney. Though there are no further details beyond the rumor, last year, What If director and executive producer Brian Andrews revealed that we already came quite close to a Star Wars What If series as he pitched a Star Wars Marvel crossover. Oh my god, somebody sound the alarm. The party's over, guys. They're trying to play their final trap card, okay? The Avengers assemble next time, and then the Death Star and Darth Vader end up coming out of the hole. The shit has gone pear-shaped. I think Kevin Feige really doesn't want to cross certain streams, but we did pitch. We actually had a Star Wars Marvel crossover, which isn't unprecedented. It did happen in certain Marvel books and certain Star Wars comics where you had superheroes crossover. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but at that point in time, you are already jangling keys super hard in both properties. That right there is just more than likely going to be a bridge too far for a lot of people. Well, I'm personally, and most of the fandom, are not excited by this. You know who is? Rachel Zegler. Oh my god. If she wasn't done killing every other franchise that she's been a part of, West Side Story, you think that that's going to be getting a sequel? I don't think so. How did Shazam 2 end up working out? Oopsie daisy. Snow White, still coming out. Looking forward to that in March of 2025. And yeah, The Hunger Games, it ended up losing money. Like, where'd all you Hunger Games simps ended up going? Oh yeah, exactly, back to the caves from whence you came. But now, trying to round out that infinity gauntlet of failed franchises, she's like, ooh, might as well, acquire that Star Wars one right here, because she wants to enter the fold. Please, please do. I almost want this more than the Rey film. It's at least on even par right now. Rachel Zegler wants in on Star Wars, volunteers to become this character. Oh boy, and trust me, it's a doozy. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has utilized the multiverse concept to great effect. Sorry, oh god, that was terrible. Since incorporating its post-Infinity saga. No, it hasn't. Was the possibilities the multiverse is able to explore and bestow upon fans. I gotta just go ahead a little bit. Recently, reports circulated in the internet that Lucasfilm is looking to do a project similar to the MCU's What If show, which wrapped its second season last month. And don't worry, guys, season 3 is on the way. Turns out even actress Rachel Zegler is interested in the prospect and would love to become a part of it. Oh boy, she's lending her star power to this project. Taking to not Twitter, Zegler reposted a report about the rumored What If project, making her intentions clear that she wants to be involved, hilariously suggesting an episode surrounding the return of Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, whoever would be stupid enough to bring back Emperor Palpatine? The actress shared that she's a fan of Star Wars comics, the same way that she was a fan of Snow White, and would be down to voice Ashara Bay, Poe Dameron's mother. Oh, fantastic. She wrote, as a fan of the comics, I would like to throw my hat in the ring to voice Shara Bay, mother of Poe Dameron, because her ship was an RZ-1, my initials, for Green Squadron. Yep, exactly, because you can go ahead and fulfill some narcissistic tendencies. Solipsism on full display, ladies and gentlemen. She wants to make a cheap joke, which, okay, fair enough if she actually did that, but her only wanting to voice a character because somebody told her that she flew a ship with RZ-1 as the initials. She's like, oh my god, that's just like me, and my world revolves around me because everybody tells me how great I am and how not insufferable I am. It just shows you the type of personalities that Hollywood, not just Disney, because she's like I said before, she's killed multiple franchises. The way that they coddle these solipsistic minds, and the reason that we find ourselves and we find Star Wars in the shape that it's in right now, overpaying talentless hacks and cultivating franchise killing, project derailing hacks. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.